What's up, YouTube? It is your boy JB, and I am here today with the review for The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Season 12, you guys, Episode 11, and the episode is titled The Weight of Words. And two people in this episode should have thought about the words that they said to a certain person, but we'll discuss it when we get there. But before we do get into the review, if you guys are watching this video or any other on the channel and aren't subscribed to the channel, then I need you guys to do me a solid favor and stop taking me out on this date, having me pay for it at the end of it. You guys can do me that favor by liking the video, subscribing to the channel, turning on your post notifications, and also by sharing the video, you guys. And with that out of the way, without further ado, let us discuss The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, shall we? All right, you guys, so the episode, we opened up and we see Dorit. So it's not a heavy Dorit scene, so it's not really much for me to get into when it comes to Dorit. But what I do want to say is COVID. At that time, it's still around then, and it's around now, and these variants are out there. You guys, be safe. Like I always say at the end of the video, wear your mask, social distance, you guys. And I feel like at this point, COVID is just going to be something that we deal. I feel like COVID is going to be like your random colds as well as the flu and influenza. I think that's what COVID is going to be for us going forward in the rest of our lives. So, Garcelle, Rinna, and Erica, they all tested positive for COVID. So Dorit called Rinna. Rinna was doing something on her chin and it looked like a vibrator, but Dorit was just calling her to let her know that she is getting ready to go over to Kyle's for a luncheon that Kyle is having. So yeah, that was really all we got for Dorit. It wasn't nothing much. It wasn't really much to Dorit's scene, so we can just move on forward, you guys. Next up, you guys, let's talk about Kyle. So Kyle has the legend, the icon, Jamie Lee Curtis, best known for her role as Laurie Strode from the Halloween franchise, sister of Michael Myers. If you guys, to know me is to know that I love Halloween. I know, well, I used to have every Halloween DVD, but they're gone. But I'm gonna replace my DVD. I'm gonna replace my Halloween DVDs. I've had Halloween 2, 4 and 5, 6, H2O. My brother had Resurrection. We shared that. I don't know whatever happened to it. Resurrection. I never saw the Rob Zombie films of Halloween, and I haven't purchased the last two that's come out, like Halloween from 2018 and Halloween Kills. Haven't purchased that one. I haven't even saw Halloween Kills, and I know that they just released the trailer for Halloween Ends. I'm looking forward to it. I know a lot of people said that Halloween Kills was not that great. I know it's on Paramount, not Paramount Plus. Yes, it is. It's on Paramount. No, it's not. It's not on Paramount. It is on Peacock. Need to watch it on Peacock eventually. So Kyle is supporting Jamie Lee Curtis by having this fundraiser. Now, you remember, I told you Garcelle, Erica, and Rinna have COVID, so they're not going to be there. So we see Sutton, we see Diana, we see Dorit, we see Cherie, we see all the ladies, with the exception of the three that I mentioned, and Kathy. Was Crystal there? I don't think I remember seeing Crystal, but Crystal could have been there. I just don't remember. Yes, she was there. Crystal was there. So the ladies, like I said, they all showed up. Diana, like, my thing is, she's talking about she doesn't want to see Sutton. I'm pretty positive Sutton doesn't want to see you either. And what's really pissing me off is the fact that Diana has me taking Sutton's side. You guys know I don't see it for Sutton. I'm not a Sutton fan. Not a Sutton fan, but I can defend Sutton when right is right and wrong is wrong. I can, when she's right, she's right. When she's wrong, she's wrong. You guys know I'm cool with that. So I want Diana to put the up to the shut. Just put the up to the shut. So Dorit, they sit at the table, and Dorit asked Diana, so you had lunch with Sutton. How did that go? She said it went terrible. After the lunch with Sutton, she had to go and exfoliate. I was like, exfoliate? Okay. I'm gonna let her have it. Then Jamie, she has these gifts for the ladies, so she takes them out of the bag. Child, if you looked up ass kisser in the dictionary, you would have saw Dorit's face with her lips puckered, attached to Jamie Lee Curtis' ass, because she was, I mean, she was literally kissing her ass. It was just a kissing ass. So, Jamie, after she showed them the gifts, Kyle tells her that she's donated $25,000 to Children's Hospital. I guess they have a little foundation that they have set up. She's donated $25,000 to it. Diane says, I'm matching it. I'm matching it. I'm matching it. Okay, she's matching it. So then we see the ladies after that, they have split up. So you got Sutton, Cherie, and Dorit talking, and then on the other side you got Crystal, Diana, and Kyle talking. So first up, let's talk about Sutton, Dorit, and Cherie. It's mighty funny how Dorit is talking about the fact that Sutton makes things about her. So do you. You're no exception. You do the same thing. Kyle does it. Like, you all make shit about yourselves. Which I'll come down on Sutton, because she was trying to empathize, relate to Diana with her miscarriage. Now, what I will say when it comes to Sutton, the thing that I don't like when it comes to Sutton, you confront Sutton with something, Sutton comes back at you with a but. Well, I did this because of that, but that, but this, but that, but that, but. Sutton does come back at you with a but this, and but that. That's the one thing that I just don't appreciate when it comes to Sutton. But Dorit, you talk over people. You make situations about yourself when it's this robbery situation. You have made things about you and no one else. Kyle makes things about her and no one else. So you ladies do the same thing, but it's an issue when it comes to Sutton. And they're talking about the fact that Sutton, when she was talking to Diana about bed rest, that is a confusing thing. The woman said that she went to Mexico with y'all. She came back and she was bleeding. So I would think if that, because I mean, you could lose a lot of blood to the point that you could unlive yourself. So I would think that would be I would think your doctor would say you're on bed rest. When someone says you're on bed rest, that means you can't get up. That means you can't go cook for yourself. You can't do, there's a lot of things that you can't do. You can't be up out of the bed for too long. They want you to rest to regain, so that your body can heal and gain its strength back. So I didn't see an issue with Sutton asking that question. Now, if you guys saw an issue with it, definitely chime in the comment sections and let me know your thoughts about that. I would love to hear them. But we're gonna move forward to the next part of this scene with Kyle then. So on the flip side, we got Kyle, Sutton, and Crystal talking, right? So Crystal, I guess at some point, so I realized that this season of Beverly Hills, when did they start? I know when they started filming. They started filming, I think, the week of the reunion or the week after part 3 of the reunion aired. And if I'm not mistaken, the reunion aired September of last year? September, October? So y'all filmed from, well, I know they do usually film about 3 months or so, right? Damn, how long did they film? September, October, November, December, because we're in December at this point. This is Christmas time that they're filming, because you see Christmas trees in people's houses. So Crystal was talking about the fact, well, nope, she wasn't talking about it. Kyle brought it up, the fact that Crystal had posted on Instagram about her eating disorder that she has. And I'm not going to say much about that because I don't suffer from an eating disorder, so I can't really speak towards it. But I do hope that Crystal does get help, and I do appreciate the fact that Crystal is open and honest on social media about her eating disorder. I do want Crystal to get some help. I just don't understand why Kyle had to bring it up. I don't really understand why Kyle brought it up. And then if you guys want to be mad at Sutton for trying to relate to Diana, Kyle did the same thing. She said she had an eating disorder at a young age. She would, and they showed the flashback of her talking about her eating disorder. So she asked Crystal, is it like a binge thing? She says, no, it's not a binge thing. And it's also just a mental thing. Crystal can eat the food but she feels so badly after she eats it because she feels like she overindulged. That has to be a terrible feeling, and that has to be a horrible feeling to eat some food. And because the way it sounds to me, it sounds like Crystal eats her food, it doesn't fully get time to digest before she goes and, upchucks it. It's an unhealthy relationship with food, and I really, like I said earlier, I hope Crystal does get help with it. Now, like I said, I can't speak toward her eating disorder because I don't have one. I've never had an eating disorder. The most when it comes to weight, I'm not obsessed with my weight. My issue is I have an obsession with the scale. I know for years I have had an unhealthy obsession with the scale. That's been my issue since I was a teenager. It's been my issue since I was maybe, when did I first get obsessed with the scale? It was my junior year of high school. So I was 16 years old. So I've had an unhealthy obsession with the scale. Anytime the scale tips, I'm like, oh my God, I'm fat. I think that. Like currently, I bought a new scale and the scale says one thing and I'm just like, wow, how have I gotten to this point? Which, looking at me, you guys wouldn't, and I'm not fat. I know I'm not fat, but in my mind, when I look in the mirror, I do see a fat person. And nothing against people who are, nothing against it. It's just my lens. And it's really because of my unhealthy ass obsession with the god dang on scale. And I know that's something that I might need to seek help for too. Actually, no, because I hadn't used a scale in about a year, so it's not as bad as it once was, but I do still have that obsession. The good thing, I think what it is I just see the scale and I'm like, okay, because I know I have a number in my head that I never wanted to go over. And I've gone far over that number. And I think that's what the issue is for me the last year or so, that I've gone over that number. So again, I don't have an eating disorder. I have no eating disorder. I love to eat food. And I think that's what the issue is. I love to eat food. Love it. I just didn't agree with Kyle bringing that up. I really didn't. I truly didn't. And I would say, so they went back over there and they joined the other ladies. They asked them what were they talking about, and they said, our lunch. I don't know how Sutton feels that she's 95% at fault for this situation with her and Diana. It's 50-50. And it might be less than that. I might say 80-20. 80 on Diana, 20 on Sutton. Let me know what you guys think. But she kind of apologized to her. I wouldn't have apologized to her. I really wouldn't have. So then this next scene with Kyle, we see Kyle. She went over to Kathy's house. Child, Kathy and her are sitting down for dinner, lunch. I don't know who told Kathy that a baked potato with caviar was dinner. I would have said, Kathy, where's the rest of the food? I can't do this baked potato, babe. Give me some meat. Give me something with this. Like, give me a piece of chicken, a steak, a fish, anything. But this damn caviar and baked potato, it ain't the move, sis. Kyle also found out that she's blocked by Kathy, because Kathy said that she's been calling Kyle. Kyle's like, I don't have any missed calls from you. And she shows her call log, and she says, and then this is what happened was, like, once I called your phone, Kyle hit that phone to dial it, and it went straight to voicemail. I'm like, Kyle, your sister has you blocked. Damn, that was fucked up. But hey, it ain't my sister. It ain't mine. But hey, let's pause here, you guys, and move forward. Next up, you guys, we got Renna. So Renna, remember I told you guys, Renna, Garcelle, and Erica, they all had COVID. So Renna is, getting things together for Christmas. She's FaceTiming with Erica. Erica is still in isolation. She got 2 more days left of isolation. They'll see each other at Diana's Christmas party, which we'll talk about that in just a minute. And to be honest with you guys, with Diana's Christmas party, I was Because Diana seems bored me. I've said it once, I'll say it again. She bores me. So Rena is telling Erica that so I guess there's this article that she read about Erica, and Erica's like, yeah, it's the same stuff, about the same old lawsuits, the same old this, the same old that. Oh, girl, you ain't got nobody's remorse, huh? No remorse. I know that Erica didn't do these things that Tom, I know she wasn't there telling Tom to do this shit, but damn, can't you have some kind of empathy? It just doesn't come out of that woman. And I was once a fan of Erica on this show. I loved Erica, but no sense of remorse from this woman whatsoever. And I'm not saying remorse to the fact that you have to be apologizing. You can just say, what Tom is accused of or what Tom did is reprehensible, right? You can say it's disgusting. I didn't know what Tom was doing. If I had known what Tom was doing, I would have stopped it, tried to put a stop to it. Or let me do something so that I can help these victims instead of blaming the people. Then they're talking about the divorce. She can't divorce Tom. Tom can't even afford his lawyer, allegedly. He can't afford his lawyer, so his brother is representing him in the divorce, but she can't divorce him because if she divorces him, she's going to have to pay him alimony. So that means you got some money. So you're not as broke as you want to say you are. I think that may come back and bite you in the behind. Pooh, girl. Y'all know and the crazy thing is, like I said, I was once an Erica fan. And these last 2 seasons have made me dislike her so much. But that's it for that scene. Let's pause here and go ahead and wrap up the episode with Diana. So you guys, Diana is having a Christmas party. We see her and her fiance Asher as they went to go meet with the party planner at her house. So excuse me, y'all. She talked about the fact that she didn't celebrate Christmas in Yugoslavia. She celebrated it when she first went to London. Then she celebrates it in the States, so she loves Christmas. All the ladies show up to the party with the exception of Sutton and Dorit. So Sutton actually has COVID at this point, and Dorit has come in contact with PK, who tested positive for COVID. So Dorit doesn't have it, but PK tested positive for it. So Cherie shows up, Garcelle shows up, Kathy's there, Rena, Erica, Sutton, nope, not Sutton, Crystal with a short ass green dress on. Who else was there? Everybody was there, with the exception of 2 people. So, the thing that I want to point out in this scene that kind of was triggering, and I don't even have an eating disorder, but I know that things are not things that you would say to someone who does have an eating disorder. So Garcelle as well as Erica both said some things that I didn't think were the nicest thing to say to Crystal. So they were talking about Crystal's short dress and her legs. Crystal was like, yeah, I'm a boob person. I'm a boob person and you're a leg person, or something like that. So then Garcelle tells Crystal how thin she looks. And Crystal was she was like, no, you say thank you. No, Garcelle, you do not say thank you. That is not a compliment to a woman that has a eating disorder. You do not say you look thin. That's insensitive. So then, dumbass that's drinking, she goes and tells Crystal, she's like, so at first she was just asking her questions about, and I get it, we can ask questions about the eating disorder. How does it affect, like what is it with her? Like, is it like you feel guilty about eating certain? Like, I got that. You can ask those kind of questions. You can ask the questions so that way you can find a way to help your friend. But then when she says she throws up and she's like, oh, why don't you just take a laxative? That is not something you tell to a person that has a said eating disorder. You don't take a laxative just so you can shit because you don't like what you ate and you're worried about the calories. You take a laxative when you're stopped up. You take a laxative when you have an issue using the bathroom, not to lose weight. And then she doubled down on us. She was like, you'd rather throw it up. I'd rather poop it out. That's not helpful, girl. That is something that is not helpful. Not helpful. Ignorant as hell. So yeah, I had an issue with what Garcelle said, as well as Erica. And I hope that they both see where they were wrong in that situation, because that was not the nicest thing. That wasn't something that you say to someone who has an eating disorder. That is like saying to someone who has thoughts of unliving themselves, oh, I don't want to feel pain, so I would down a whole bunch of, medication instead of using a weapon. You see how insensitive that sounds? Just think about it. Just think about it. So yeah. But let me know what you guys thought about the episodes. Drop that in the comment section. Subscribe to the channel. Turn your post notifications. Share the video. And until the next time, you guys stay safe. Take care of yourselves. Wash your hands. Wear a mask. Socially distance. Be blessed. And I'll see you guys in the next one.